Oh my goodness, I feel so out of breath. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sydney. I'm a perinatal athletic therapist and postnatal fitness specialist, and I am currently entering my third trimester of pregnancy. And today I want to talk about purchasing things for baby that you can do in a little bit of a cheaper way, and you can also typically find brands that are a little bit cheaper than a lot of the ones that are just talked about so much on social media. Listen, baby stuff is flipping expensive. Like, everything seems to be $150 to $200 regular price. Like, everything is just way too expensive. So I just want to talk about a couple ways that you can actually make that a little bit cheaper for yourself without purchasing everything brand new or the like most popular brands of everything, because to be honest, a lot of it is exactly the same and you only use like so much of it you only use for such a short period of time. Like, it is not necessary to spend massive amounts of money on the things that you're not going to be using for a very long time. So today I'm going to show you a bunch of the things that I've gotten off Facebook Marketplace that everything is in such good condition, and it just makes so much more sense to me to spend a little bit less on these things, buying them off Facebook Marketplace rather than putting them on your registry. Because okay, think of it this way. If I put something on my registry that is original price $200 and I find it on Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks, that's $160 that I can do something else with. If someone is just purchasing that for me, they're gonna buy it brand new, right? They're not gonna look off Marketplace. And so I just feel like their money will go a lot further if I am purchasing things off Facebook Marketplace that are just a little bit cheaper than they would be original price. And we actually want to do a little bit more of a cash shower anyways. So we would actually prefer to just get cash and then spend the cash on the things that we want, and also like at the time that we want them. For example, we're not buying a high chair right now because a 0-year-old does not need a high chair. Like, we won't need that for a few months. So we will purchase that when the time comes. One of my biggest tips for you, if you are entering parenthood and you don't want to spend a ton of money, find people in your life, if you have people in your life who have had young children. Ask them if they are still storing some of the things that they had when their children were young, because a lot of the times people hold on to this stuff because they aren't 100% sure if they're going to have more kids, or they aren't really sure what to do with it, or maybe it's nostalgic or whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't actually want to be storing these things. And so if you ask them and you're like, hey, do you happen to have a bassinet somewhere that you're not using that I could borrow for like 6 months or something like that? A lot of people are like, please take it. Like, I'm just storing it in my basement. Like, please, please, please take it. We are so extremely blessed to have a niece who is turning 1. And so they are getting rid of a lot of her baby stuff. And we also have a couple really close friends who have very young children as well. And so they are also getting rid of some things. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, we don't know what we're gonna want. We don't know what we're gonna like. We don't know what our baby's gonna like. And so I don't want to be spending $300 on a baby swing if we have no idea if our baby's even gonna like it. I'd much rather just borrow that from somebody. And if our baby hates it, then it's of no loss to us. Okay, so the things I have purchased, I have to fix this pillow. The things I've purchased off Facebook Marketplace, I looked at the price of these things brand new, and these were all things that I had actually put on my registry because I was like, if I don't find them on Facebook Marketplace, then if someone wants to spend that much on us for this item, they can. But if not, we'll just find a cheaper alternative option. So the very first thing is I actually got my pregnancy pillow off of Facebook Marketplace. Now, I'm 28 weeks, or I'm going to be 28 weeks this coming week, and I don't really use it anymore, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm pretty comfy just sleeping in my bed without it. I used it a lot before my belly was like touching the bed, if that makes sense. Like, my belly hanging downwards was so uncomfortable it just felt like heavy and I did not like it. And so I actually ended up getting this wedge, the wedge pillow. And so what was really nice about this is I would just lay on it this way and I could adjust actually how close or how far. So like this part comes off. So I could adjust how close or how far these are from each other. And you can also take out some of the stuffing if you need to. I use this a lot in my first trimester for sure. And then probably partway through my second trimester. And since then I haven't really used it. Now there was a part that came with this that's just a long piece like this. So I've used this a little bit more just to kind of like prop my knee up a little bit. So my leg isn't just like resting on my belly. I have used this a few times. This one you can connect to this. So if you want part of the wedge and then this longer piece, you can do it that way too. I bought this off Facebook Marketplace for, I want to say $35. And originally this is like close to $65. So I got it quite a bit cheaper. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, the next thing I got is a lounger. Now, if you look on the internet, everybody has a Snuggle Me. Everybody has a Snuggle Me lounger. And if you ask people what they recommend, they will say a Snuggle Me. This is not a Snuggle Me. This is a Simmons. Look at it. Look at it. It's exactly the same thing. There is literally no difference between this one and a Snuggle Me. This is a Simmons. The Simmons is still quite expensive, but it is cheaper than the Snuggle Me. So if you're looking for an alternative, this is a really good option. So it's still a good like $150, I think. This one might even be closer to $120 full price. I honestly can't even remember. I bought this for $20 on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, it has been used. If I really wanted to, I could put it through the wash, but honestly, I'm just gonna be putting a cover on it anyways. So it doesn't really matter how used it's actually been. So yeah, that is the lounger. It did actually come with a cover. She gave me a cover with it. It was just like a really bright pink color. We are potentially having a boy. I just don't want super bright pink all over the place. So I have included on my registry some like more neutral colors for this one. So yeah, pretty much the exact same thing for $20. Now the nice thing about Facebook Marketplace is when you go into someone's profile who's selling one of the baby things, if you go into their profile, they're typically selling more. And so the reason I got that for $20 was because I actually got this bottle warmer from her as well. And so she had this listed for $15. She had the lounger listed for $30. And I said, how about $35 altogether? And she was like, sounds perfect. So I actually just got this from her for 15 bucks, and I'm pretty sure these are closer to like 50 or 60 bucks if you buy them brand new. Now I am planning to pump and breastfeed, and so what that's going to look like postpartum, I don't know, but I have heard really good things about this bottle warmer. So I figured for 15 bucks, might as well buy it. The next thing is something that I got for myself for postpartum. So I got a Brewmate 40-ounce cup from Marketplace. Now, the problem with things like these sorts of cups, I think the Hydro Flasks are the same way. In Canada, if we wanted to buy these, shipping would be like $40. And so all said and done, if I wanted to order one of these, I think the tumbler itself, I want to say is like $50, and then shipping is like 35 or 40 bucks. So I would be close to $100, and I'd probably have to pay duty on it yet too. I'd be pretty much $100 for a freaking cup. And so the reason I wanted this one is because my sister-in-law has one, and she said you can actually turn the top of it and it becomes 100% leak proof. And so I really wanted a tumbler cup. I actually don't have any tumblers at all. I've never had a tumbler. All I've ever had is this water bottle and then a couple like cups with straws. And what I really like about this option is that First of all, it has a straw, which is so much more beneficial for labor and delivery, for postpartum. But also, if I wanted this to be beside me on the couch or on the bed or wherever it is that I'm nursing or whatever, I don't have to worry about it tipping over. Like all of the other tumblers that everyone just goes so crazy over, like the Stanleys and stuff, they leak so much. Like I feel like what's the point in having a tumbler cup like this if it's just gonna leak everywhere? So I ended up getting this one on Marketplace for, what did I pay? $40? I think. Yeah, I got this for $40. So yeah, still expensive for a cup, but for this cup for me to get otherwise would be a lot more expensive. And it's literally brand new. Like there's no scratches anywhere on it. It literally looks perfect. I just need to clean it a little bit because I think it was just like sitting in her cupboard. So yeah, that's what I got for myself for postpartum. And like hydration is so extremely important postpartum. So we're gonna make sure I'm taken care of. Okay, this one is the biggest steal. And I have my friend Marla to credit for it because she's actually the one that found it and sent it to me. So I am planning on pumping and breastfeeding, like I said, and I was talking to my lactation consultant and she gave me a couple options of like the best options for pumps, whether that be a portable pump, wearable pumps, just like an everyday stationary pump, whatever the case is. And Spectra S1 was like the top recommended. She's like, that is like gold standard, best pump you can get. And the problem is, living in Canada, you can't actually even buy that one. You can't buy the Spectra S1 in Canada. So I would have to go to the States to get it. Now, a few months ago, that wouldn't have been a problem. Right now, I'm not going into the States. If you don't know what's going on down there, I'm not even gonna get into that. The Spectra S1, if I wanted to buy it brand new with exchange and everything like that, it would be close to $260. So my friend Marla found the Spectra S1 on Facebook Marketplace for $150. And so I actually got, she gave me, oh, moms are so sweet when you buy things from them off Marketplace because they're like, do you need this? Do you need this? I can just give you this. She ended up giving me a box of breast milk storage bags as well. She has multiple different sizes of flanges, which I just need to sanitize. Like at first I was like, I don't want to buy a pump secondhand because I don't know where it's been. I don't know what people have done with it, but I think if I just clean these really well and sanitize them, I don't think that's going to be a problem. My lactation consultant did say there are a couple parts I'm definitely going to want to change. So like the tubing and that kind of stuff, but you can just order those parts on Amazon. So anyways, this is the Spectra S1. Got her for $150, which is way cheaper than I would be able to get it anywhere else. And literally looks like hardly used. Like she took such good care of it. So this will be my main pump that I will be using at home. The nice thing is it is portable. So you basically just have to charge it, which I think I would just use it plugged in most of the time. And then when I need to go to a different room in the house, when I'm doing something else, I can just take this with me. It is a little bit bulky, but I'll survive. So this is going to be my main one. I'm still planning to get a wearable one. I'm on the lookout for, I don't know how it's pronounced, like Eufy, EUFY. They have a really good wearable one. That's one that my lactation consultant recommended. And that would be for like if I'm on a road trip or in the car or like spending the day at my parents' house or something like that, and I just want to pump that like one-off time, that would be when I would do that. I'm not gonna bring this whole thing with me. Now, along with this, there's a couple little cups that come with it. These only go up to 5 ounces. So depending on what kind of supply I have, I might not even end up using these. And then it comes with, like, it's got all the parts. I don't know what this is for. It's got these things. It's got Oh, I think this is just a lid for the bottle maybe. Yeah, so my lactation consultant, the nice thing about having a lactation consultant is that they actually teach you how to use all this stuff. So she's gonna help me fit it. Oh, that's another thing that's in here is a nipple sizer measuring card. So I can actually figure out which size I am beforehand. So that's the nicest thing about having a lactation consultant is she will actually show me how to use all of this stuff beforehand. She'll show me how to measure. She'll show me, she'll make sure that the flanges are the right size for my nipples and all that kind of stuff. And then that way, the first time I'm using this or the first time I have any idea what's going on with this is not when I'm postpartum and I'm stressed and trying to feed and freaking out about how much milk I'm producing and all that stuff. I already know how to use it. So if I can just add a little plug in here, get a lactation consultant if you are planning to breastfeed or breast pump, because they can be so beneficial. Even if you meet one time and you're like, can you just show me how to use this stuff? Or can you just like educate me on what things should feel like and give me a schedule and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, get a lactation consultant because they're fantastic. But anyways, so that is one of the other things that I got off Facebook Marketplace. So essentially what I've done is I have created my registry and then I watch Facebook Marketplace for any of the things that are on my registry that I might be able to get a little bit cheaper. So I'm doing that with pretty much everything except our car seat and travel system is going to be brand new. I don't feel comfortable purchasing that from someone because I don't know what's happened to it or what they've used it for or whatever. I just don't feel comfortable buying a car seat that's used. So we will be buying a travel system brand new. We'll be using the money from our shower for that if someone doesn't end up purchasing that off our registry. So yeah, like with caution, there are some things we definitely won't be purchasing off of Facebook Marketplace, but as much as we can, that's what I'd like to do. Okay, then we have one more thing that we bought off Facebook Marketplace, which I've shown you guys before, and that's our crib. I'll put a picture of it. I'll put a picture of it here. And so this crib is, I believe this one is from Wayfair. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not incorrect, I'm pretty sure this is from Wayfair, and the price on Wayfair was like $215. We bought this crib and the mattress that came with it for $150. And the mattress looks brand spanking new. The mattress itself is like $150 mattress. And so we actually bought them both together for $150. And that way we didn't have to spend a ton on a crib and a mattress and all that stuff. Especially because for the first while, baby will be upstairs with us in a bassinet or whatever, and we can always move the crib upstairs too. So if you are in the midst of purchasing things for your baby, please consider Facebook Marketplace and consider borrowing things or buying things off of people that you're close with. I just really think that A, it's better for the planet, but B, you really won't spend as much and you're not going to be using so many of these things for that long. Like the lounger, I don't even think you're supposed to have your baby in there for that long, to be honest. I'll have to look up the specific recommendations, but like everything is used for just a short period of time. And what's nice about it too, if you're borrowing things from people or if people are like, just take this, I don't want it, you can always pass it on and bless somebody else with it too, which is what we will be doing with a lot of the stuff that we've gotten from our friends and my sister and stuff like that. So yeah, those are all the things that I have been busy purchasing and driving around the county to pick up on Facebook Marketplace, but it has honestly saved us so much money. The other thing to look for on Facebook Marketplace too is boxes of clothes, both maternity and for whatever age group or gender you're looking for. People just like sell full boxes for like 20 bucks. So then that way you're saving a ton of money on clothes, whether it's maternity or whatever. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the things I got off Facebook Marketplace. I will talk about this a little bit more later when I talk about, I'll give you guys like a nursery tour and stuff like that when we get a little bit closer, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about like how I go about buying stuff or like what I look for, just let me know and I can chat with you about it. But anyways, thanks for watching this video and I'll talk to you guys soon.